You ready then?
Yeah.
We're recording already, yeah?
Okay.
If you want to take a seat.
Okay.
Cheers. How are we doing then, Deborah? You alright?
Really good. It's nice to be in the Kent countryside today.
I can feel the slight nerves. Do you want to pull the mic towards you just a little bit? I feel the slight nerves, especially because the first time we spoke, you were proper nervous.
Oh,
do you remember?
I don't think I can even listen to that podcast. I think I said about 100 times, probably more actually.
Yeah, but I think what you didn't know is I was probably just as nervous on the other end.
Really?
Yeah. The first podcast I ever did was with Ian, the marquee guy from the Party Tent franchise.
Yeah, because I think I was only like number 3 or something.
Something like
that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And to be honest, the recording on it was absolutely awful, and I felt so bad for Ian. I was nervous, and he was the one who kind of just went, "Just get on with it, mate. It doesn't matter. We'll have a chat, and if no one listens, who cares?" And yeah, he just put me at ease a little bit. And then because he said that it's just a chat. I was like, well, that's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, that's what you said to me. I was like, oh, I don't really, when you first asked me, I was like, oh, I don't really do things like that. And you're like, oh, it's just a chat. And I was like, oh, okay, then. I can do that. Yeah.
It's easy, isn't it? Yeah. But you're feeling the pressure today, aren't you? Because there's cameras.
Yeah, lights.
Immy over there as well in the background. Yeah, but it's all good. So, Deborah Salsbury, I feel like I've known you for ages now.
Well, we have known each other for quite a long time.
Yeah.
And it's like 5 years. I remember seeing you like during all the lockdown videos. Yeah, the Zoom calls we used to have.
Yeah.
Not just us, but there was some franchise thing, I think, that Sean Goldsmith did.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
they used to do
and you
one,
always
didn't they?
used to be on there, yeah.
Yeah. Being gobby or something.
Yeah.
Talking too much, probably, yeah. So what's been really nice and partly why I wanted to get you on is because your journey is just like, I feel like I've seen a big transformation in you over those years, like from that nervous person I spoke to who, was working out of her house or whatever, and then I see you now winning, was it National Tutoring Awards?
Yes, yeah.
Getting up on stage and
franchise, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I would much rather be behind the scenes, but I've realised I've had to put myself out there. So it's not my comfort zone.
Yeah.
But I do it because I need to.
So what are some of the things that you've done then that's really put you out of your comfort zone?
Well, I've been on a panel at the tuition conference, the National Tutors Conference. So I was on a panel there on a big stage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which...
How long did you have to speak for?
Well, it was a panel, so it wasn't...
Oh, it was a panel.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Which Tim Morris was actually hosting.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that felt okay. I'm okay if it feels like a chat. It's just like if it's just me on a stage. So that did put me out of my comfort zone. And then I've got my festival, have my annual conference with all my franchisees.
Yeah.
Then I am in the spotlight. I can't get away from that.
How many franchisees are you up to now?
35.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
It's getting bigger, and it's only going to get even bigger than that.
I know, and a couple more in the wings as well.
Yeah. Think what it's going to be like when you've got 100 there.
I know. I'm going to have to rethink the festival.
So, your background though, you're a teacher, right? Beforehand.
Yeah.
And since my wife's been a teacher, I've realised there's a lot of skill sets involved in teaching that you don't think of when you sort of go through the education system yourself. You just go, oh, they just tell me what to do. But actually, presenting is one of those big things. So where did those nerves come from, for you? Because you're used to standing in front of rooms of 30 people.
I remember doing like a singing assembly with the whole school, like 400 children. Absolutely no problem whatsoever. But put a few adults in the room and I'm a nervous wreck. But I've now I haven't had any sort of counselling or anything around it or coaching. I've just done a bit of a deep dive myself, which didn't take me long to realise
not that deep
what it was. And it was because of my dyslexia. And in the classroom, when I was asked to read out loud, I would my hands would sweat. Like when it was a book was being passed round, or not passed round, everyone had a book and then you all had to read a page. I would work out when it was going to land on me, and then I'd go off to the toilet, or I'd pretend I didn't have my glasses that I didn't even need in the first place. So I had all these coping strategies to avoid it. Like,
Yeah.
you know, and at university I had to do a big project and just kind of recorded something beforehand so I could just play it. You know, so I've got so many coping strategies.
Did anybody notice that you were feeling uncomfortable and nervous doing those things back then?
Probably, yeah. Yeah, I'd used to duck out of things wherever I could, or get other people to do it with me, and then I'm fine.
Yeah, because it's like a lot of people and children do it as well. They mask the kind of those things, don't they?
Yeah. Well, I can spot it a mile off.
Yeah.
If children do that now, because I think, oh, that was me. Yeah. So I know all the tricks.
You know all the tricks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I wonder if everyone else does though. Like people in the education system probably do spot it more than people that are.
Yeah. Well, you know, when people say,
the
"Oh, I
one.
just don't like public speaking," it's not. It wasn't that for me. I do feel like I'm really overcoming it. It was an innate fear, like a physical thing where my hands would sweat. I couldn't get my words out. So yeah, it was a real thing. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I remember starting to do sort of presentations in the business environment for companies I was working for, and I would start to get the sweats and feel a bit nervous. But then I did one to 50 people from the group of companies that I was in, and felt it went kind of well, and people said nice things, and I was like, okay, so perhaps this isn't too bad. But then, like I said, coming back and doing an online podcast, I was feeling nervous again, because I was thinking people might hear this, and I'd sort of been building up again on that side. But I found just exposure is what's helped me, just doing it more often.
Yeah, and you see that when you see, you know, on TV, people have overcome fears. They've always had to face it. So I knew that's what I had to do. So I've done that. And this is another thing, adding to my portfolio.
Yeah. Doing a live podcast. Yeah. That's interesting, isn't it? So 35 franchisees, what's that like?
Incredible. Like, really incredible. I'm constantly pinching myself at the people who are attracted to it because, well, I have someone who takes headshots for me of all the new franchisees. And she said, every time I meet one of your franchisees, I just think, oh, gosh, there's another one that's like friendly, enthusiastic, passionate about what they do. You know, they've got very similar characteristics. So it feels not easy. They are easy company and people to not manage it, because you're not managing as a franchisor, but supporting, because they're very like-minded.
Yeah.
So someone said to me in the early days of, you know, recruiting franchisees, find people who you would like to go for a drink with.
Totally.
Where it just feels comfortable. And, you know, I think I've said this before, it could be a coffee, it could be a glass of wine, it could be an all-nighter with cocktails.
Maybe they're the person that goes on stage with you, something like that.
Yeah. So it could be any of those, and that's fine. But someone who you get along with, that's, you know, because that relationships are everything.
Yeah, I say it quite often to people that it's try and find the people that you not would go to war with, but can overcome the challenges with, because basically there's going to be something building a business, even in a franchise, isn't there? So, So what's been personally the more challenging aspect of becoming a franchisor?
Letting go of some of the teaching.
Oh, okay.
And tipping the balance more towards franchisor and not tutor, which, you know, I absolutely love and I still do it. So just letting go of that bit by bit, and becoming more of, you know, like the leader, but, you know, also wanting to be a leader that leads by example, not just, you know, telling people what they need to do.
Yeah, still got a hand in. I was going to say the game. That sounds a bit weird. That doesn't sound right, does it? But you get a hand in on the business, so you can see at the front line what's actually happening, what's changing, what the needs are.
And I think I'm trying to think of more like the challenging things. I suppose it's knowing what to invest in when.
Yeah.
You know, like new website, having a new handbook, you know, like renewing things and looking at each stage of growth, looking at what I need to have in place. and getting the right people around me, which I've, that's been not easy, but it's felt natural that I've got the right people around me. I've always had the right people around me supporting me.
Yeah.
So yeah, no sort of major challenges really.
I was gonna. I bet there are, and
I'm trying to think.
and I'm not gonna force you into.
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think.
There's normally, because
Give me
you've got a lot of franchisees means typically there can be lots of challenges or problems they're facing, and that must at some point as a franchisor get you down and be like, just I want to start building the business and developing new bits of collateral, whatever it may be, that they're useful for them, more lesson. What do you call them? Tools, not tools, but resources. Yeah. More resources. But I'm having to put out fires, and I'm not saying that it's a negative thing, because as we said, you got to expect these hiccups along the road for every business.
Well, I think the way the reading doctor systems work, it's been really helpful in me as a franchisor with the skills that we nurture in our teaching. And I think what happens with the way we teach children, teach the children, and the way I've developed the resources is also mirrored in how I don't want to keep saying manage, respond to the franchisees. Yeah, support and guide. So with our teaching, if a child presents us with a particular challenge around learning to read, I will think, right, okay, what systems can we put in place in order to overcome that? And I've recently started working with some different learning profiles that even though I've been teaching for like 33 years, I'd never taught a child who has Down syndrome. I'd never taught a non-verbal autistic young person, and I've never taught anyone who's profoundly deaf. And now the 3 pupils I've clung on to are those 3 children, because they are teaching me so much.
Yeah.
Because if I can put in things in place for them that work for them, they will work for everybody, because good SEN teaching is just good teaching. And kind of the same is mirrored in the franchise. If a franchisee has presented me with a challenge or a problem, I don't think I'm just going to solve that problem right here, right now. I think, right, what can I learn from this? What can I put in place that if this comes up again for another reading doctor, we've got an instant solution, or we've got a pathway in order to solve it. And it's a bit like with the teaching of reading. I always say to my reading doctors, we're never just teaching a child to read the book that's in front of them. We're giving them skills and knowledge that they'll take with them to the next book they read. And it's a bit like that in the franchise world. You've got all the tools and the resources.
I think you've been doing that all your life, though, from the sounds of it, though, isn't it? So when you were younger, what I described as masking is perhaps actually just finding the processes that work to allow you to do the things that you want to do.
And it's the soft skills I've got, which I think are really beneficial as a franchisor. So my profile is ADHD dyslexic. So with that comes problem solving, resilience, big picture thinking, creative thinking, people skills, and they are all the strengths of the ADHD dyslexic profile. And I think they are things that, if I went on a course on how to be a franchisor, it probably wouldn't, it wouldn't feel as intuitive as what's just in me as a character. It's just in my character to solve problems. I don't say I enjoy problems, but if I am, sometimes I'll say to my husband, like if I'm super busy and he'll present me with a problem about anything, not to do with like franchising, just anything, and I would say, I've got to solve that now. I've just got to solve that now. So like, I'm busy. So can you not tell me problems unless you can see I've got a bit of a window of time, because I really enjoy it. I love solving problems.
Yeah, that's interesting. I've got a problem for you to solve.
Oh, tell me after.
No, for now. I think it's good.
Then.
So, because you might experience the same thing as well. So when you're a business owner and you've got to make decisions on what software is the best to use, or writing systems and processes and things like that, sometimes the words. So I think I show, or my wife says that I show as an ADHD person, right? I've not been diagnosed or anything, but I find it difficult to focus and concentrate on lots of text, especially when people are saying they're doing a presentation and it's a big block of text on the slide and they read it through to me.
Oh,
I skim ahead and just kind of switch off completely.
It's
And
just boring, isn't it?
I struggle to kind of digest stuff like that. So, yeah, how are you fixing that for me?
Well, if you ask for a copy of the presentation afterwards, or ideally in advance.
I wouldn't read it afterwards, though. I'd find it difficult to read through.
Okay. Well, you could, if you had it in front of you at the time, have a highlighter pen or have a pad of post-it notes and only write bullet points of the things, the real takeaways, the action points, the things you're actually going to do in response to what they've said. And if there's not much of that, then it's just a pointless, boring presentation.
Yeah, I was going to say, so then how do I hold back the yawns if I'm already doing that?
Well, then your brain will probably just go into thinking of something else more interesting, which is...
It does.
That's when you...
I start to think, okay, how can I do something else with this? Or
Did you have Daydreamer on your reports at school? Or
I've been called Space Cadet and all
yeah,
that stuff.
yeah, exactly. So, yeah, you're probably thinking of things more interesting, which is fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think, okay, my advice is don't beat yourself up about it. If something isn't resonating with you, so that's the big thing as well. And I'm going to say ADHD slash dyslexia, but this is for me. But I think sometimes other people will resonate as well. Like, I only do things that I'm really sure about and that are meaningful to me and that I can see an impact.
Yeah.
Or, even if the impact is like, oh, I'm going to really enjoy that. That's going to be fun. That's going to be funny. Or I'm going to learn something new from that. So I think don't beat yourself up about it. It's just not relevant to you.
Yeah.
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 Switch off. That's what I say to, children who come to me and talk about their experience of learning to read, and they tell me it was boring, and I just want to sort of agree with them and go, yeah, it sounds horrendous. What, you've been doing that same intervention for 8 years and it hasn't worked, and the teachers, or not, it's not the teacher's fault, it's the education system's fault, and they're going to do it again with you. Yeah. So I think it's okay to just disengage with something if it's not relevant to you. So
I do.
I thought it was just, I think I've got better at this. I've always been quite good at it, but better as I've got older. I just don't compromise on things.
Yeah.
I just don't. I do things with integrity. I surround myself with the people I want to surround myself with, including my franchisees. And yeah, that's it really. A bit black and white, like my skirt.
Yeah. But you always come across as a nice, friendly, bubbly person, and everybody wants to get to know you and be around you. So how do you kind of push those people away, like that you don't want to be near?
I think
I'm just looking out for signs for when you tell me to naff off.
No. I think I naturally seem to attract the kind of people I want to hang around with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So outside of all this education stuff, what do you do for fun? Like, what is your enjoyment? What other passions do you have?
Well, I'm going to say sea swimming because I do like swimming in the sea a lot. I don't do so much of the cold water.
So it's
winter.
warm water swimming.
Yeah, but I used to do like during COVID and a couple of years afterwards, I would swim in the sea like during the winter. I'm not so keen on that now. But yeah, just being in the sea, being in water, I love. I do Pilates, body balance, yoga.
Yeah.
And I do that most days.
Nice.
So I try and do like a 45-minute class most days. And that is really helpful. And I promised myself, no matter how busy I get, I will just do that. There's no excuse. So I do that and I love it. Yeah.
Cool. Nice. Another passion I have unearthed by doing a little bit of digging.
Oh gosh.
Is you like a project, apparently. I saw I did the old chat GPT thing and was like, tell me some things about Deborah Salisbury.
Perfect.
And it came up with you were on location
Oh,
to find
yeah.
your house.
Yes.
And they kept on hammering it in there saying, oh, well, she wants a project. She wants a project.
Yes. Oh, yes. I do love, yeah, we're constantly doing things to our house because it's 200 years old. So that means there's always something to do. So I have got a little project going on at the moment, actually. I do really like a project. And I do usually have a project going on. So that's quite funny.
I don't think there'd be much to do with the house. So
Well, our daughter, our eldest daughter, who's been living with us, since, well, just living with us all the time, she's 27 and a half, nearly 28. And she's been training to become a doctor. And she's just at the end of her training. So she has had the basement to our house, and now she's ready to leave the nest. And so we're going to make her basement into an Airbnb.
Okay, nice.
So I have already got all the copy ready to go onto Airbnb. We've got the name of it. Yeah, so we've got everything ready. Yeah, so that work is going on right now, today, at my house.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Imi, do you know what Deborah's house looks like?
No, but I really want to now.
It is absolutely stunning. It's so Herne Bay is a smallish kind of town, but it's kind of
Yeah, it's an unknown town because I mentioned it to you earlier and you hadn't heard of it. Yeah.
it's kind of up and coming. It's got some trendy little cafes. I think there's a cat cafe there as well. It's one of those sorts of places
more
where
spacious than Whitstable and nicer houses.
yeah, but it's all
right
it's
next to
Shingle
Whitstable.
Beach. It's got a nice pier, and Deborah's house basically is right on that seafront in a beautiful big townhouse. I don't know how many floors it's.
Oh gosh, I'm going to sound like an awful
I'm making you say it.
5.
Yeah.
Does that include the basement?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and but the basement's on street level. Yeah, it's a really lovely, dreamy house, and we do appreciate it every day when we open the curtains and the sea is there. So it is the dream to have the water right there. There's something lovely. I feel there's something lovely about water.
Yeah.
I've always felt that. So
definitely. And location actually found that property for you, didn't they?
yeah, so we were the Whitstable couple
Yep.
who wanted a house in Whitstable, detached with a garage, and we got a terraced house in Herne Bay without a garage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I watched the episode because I wanted to see if you were any different because I knew about the nerves and things like that, but you came across absolutely fine on it.
Yeah, I forgot about that actually. I forgot that I did that, and I wasn't nervous at all then, not at all.
No, that's interesting, isn't it? But
Yeah.
the thing I wanted to ask you is, so they do at the end of the show, if you haven't seen it, they help couples or families to find a new house and then give them a few different options. And at the end, there's this negotiation bit, isn't there?
Yeah.
I wonder, do they actually do that whole negotiation bit for you, or is it just all staged?
No, it's not staged at all. It's completely as you see it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And the thing that probably the viewers don't know is you're a good few glasses of wine in when that's being filmed. Because feels like, keep topping it up for continuity. Yes.
How do they do it then?
Yeah. Oh, actually, can I have some?
Nice. Oh, there's a glass of water there. Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, just got a frog in my throat. Yeah, it's completely natural, which is what I'm fine with. I'm fine with anything that feels natural. As soon as it feels staged, I just can't cope.
But maybe that's you thinking it's staged, if you know what I mean. Like so coming to this, feeling the nerves. Maybe you're feeling like we've got to be professional and all of that. But
yeah.
But like in your day-to-day life, you're just you, right? Like and it's still professional.
Yeah.
So maybe that's the switch.
I was attracted to doing this because it's you and it's not man in a suit, and so if it was more formal, I wouldn't want to do it. So I know this is more of a relaxed atmosphere, which is why I said yes.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd want to do it, particularly if it was too professional.
Yeah.
Not anymore. But that's more by choice rather than through nerves now, I think.
Yeah.
I just think it's probably it's like you trying to surround yourself with the right people.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's so lovely because I'm in 3 worlds. I'm in the franchising world, the tuition world, and the neurodiversity world. So I've got those 3 in all of those, industries, I've got some really good people, like people I really like. I'd consider them as friends. I like to hang out with them. So that's why I do try and do a lot of in-person things as well. So I can get to hang out with those people. Because I just think business should never feel like business in like the traditional, oh, I've got to go to work, I've got to do something for work. You know, I just feel like my job as a franchisor, if you like, just weaves itself in and out of my daily tasks. It's not like an onerous thing that I have to do. It's just part of living.
Yeah.
It's not a work-life balance. It's just living.
It's a nice place to be, isn't it?
Mm.
Why did you franchise the business?
That's quite an easy one because I knew I had to. So born out of a passion, I knew I had to reach more children because I knew I'd created something that was really special and that worked. And I also knew there were tens of thousands, probably worldwide, millions of children who can't read. And people have tried and they've used the traditional methods and it hasn't worked. So I knew the reach had to be greater. So I knew I could either employ people or I could do this licensing or franchising thing. So I just basically Googled it. I went onto the .gov website and there was like this questionnaire that was, you know, for franchising. It was a tick box thing, okay. Franchising or licensing. So it just asked you loads of questions. I must refer back to it actually because I've still got the sheet. I've still got it.
Yeah.
And it just came out. This is you should franchise. So then I contacted my local law company and said, this is what I want to do. They confirmed that it was franchising. I then made a mistake and got my local law company, local solicitors to do my franchise agreement. Later had to scrap that and do another one. So that was a learning curve. And then I was a member of the Tutors Association at the time. And I called the then president, Tim Morris.
Okay,
and
yeah.
it, like timing, perfect, because he'd been involved in an education franchise.
Yes, Tutor Doctor, I think.
Yeah, they came runner-up in my category.
Yeah, you beat them. Love it.
Yeah. So I contacted him and we were on, again, it's always about relationships and getting on with people. And I just got on really well with him. And we had I remember it was a 2-hour phone call about should I franchise or not. And well, just maybe the pitfalls, he maybe just whatever he said to me confirmed the path I already wanted to take it on. But I just needed somebody to kind of endorse that decision. Yeah. And I'd already been doing this for 6 years on my own. So the business model was perfected to a, you know, a really good standard. So it was just that little nudge that I needed. And I didn't want to employ people. And I've said this before, it was my dad that put me off that. He had his own printing business and he tried to employ people. People let him down or didn't do it, you know, in various ways, like didn't turn up or didn't do it to his standard. So I just thought, well, franchising just seems great because I've got this business model that works, that someone can, in my situation, who was like the situation I was in when I wanted to leave teaching, they can just they'll feel like I felt, but they can just pick this up and they can run with it. So yeah, it just felt like the right thing to do because if someone's buying your business model from you, your systems, your resources, they're investing in it themselves. So it's, you know, it's more of a two-way thing rather than, and I don't like putting myself up there as the big boss. I just really feel, I just like to, I know I kind of am in a way. Yeah, one of my franchisees, he calls me boss. Like if he sends me a message, an email, he'll just to annoy me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not boss, it's leader, isn't it? I think that's what you're saying. That mindset shift you've got to do at some point as the franchisor.
Yeah, and I've had two. You know, I'm a very loyal person. I was in the same primary school for 19 years, and I would have stayed there. Like I moved up, through the ranks. But I would have stayed there if it hadn't been for a really bad leader coming along. So I had a really good leader. Well, actually, the first person who employed me was Rachel Reeves's dad.
Okay.
Graham Reeves. He employed me.
Who's Rachel Reeves? Sorry, I don't know. Or Graham Reeves?
Politician, MP.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't follow politics.
Oh, okay.
All over my head,
Okay.
all of that.
Okay,
Yeah.
you can cut that bit out then.
No, you go for it.
Okay, so then I had a brilliant head teacher for the majority of my career, and she nurtured me, and she spotted what I was about. She was the only person as well who's really called out my weakness, and I often refer back to that and think she was so right and also so brave.
Yeah. What's the weakness?
Too emotional.
Too emotional. Okay.
Yeah. In certain situations, I'm too emotional. And I know that can be flipped as a positive, but she definitely meant it as a negative. And I respect her for telling me that.
That is quite a brave one to bring up with someone, isn't it? Because you don't want them to become emotional because you pointed that out, right? Because it probably did hit right at the core of you, I guess, because you probably recognised it already, did you? Or
yeah, well, when I am going through, so I've recently had, quite a negative thing happen in my business where somebody I've paid for a service and I haven't got it, so they owe me a lot of money, and I really let it get to me. It really upset me, and I couldn't help but take it personally, because I just think, how can someone do this? Like, how can someone take that much money from a business that is helping neurodivergent?
yeah.
But then I sort of think, right, okay, maybe I am being more emotional than the average person about this. But anyway, not just that. There's lots of things that have happened that I do check in with myself, and that am I being a little bit irrational here? I'm being a bit too emotional. Let's calm it down a bit, or let's not react to that straight away.
Go for a swim in the sea only if it's warm.
Yeah.
That sort of thing to relax.
But she was a good leader, and she spotted that I had this sort of gift, really, for working with those that really struggle. And so she put me on a course called Reading Recovery, which was a whole year of training through UCL. And that was just, incredible, really incredible, and transformational in my career. And then she left, she retired. And I knew it was going to be hard with whoever took over, but the person who took over, I literally couldn't even last a year with him. I was like, I have no respect for you, because I really need to surround myself by people who I respect as well.
Yeah.
And they need to sort of, and I like to, sort of admire somebody for something that they can do, something they've got, some knowledge that they have. So even if it's a soft skill, I think, oh, I really like the way they do that. And there was nothing there with this guy. He was, he put me off wanting to be in the education system. So I thank him every day.
Yeah.
Because if he hadn't come along, I would never have started up the Reading Doctor. It pushed me, to get out.
Yeah.
But first of all, I did actually apply for another job as a teacher. I got the job, went for one interview, got the job, and then I just thought, what am I doing? It's probably going to be the same in another school. There's going to be the same kind of leaders. There's going to be, I just need to go it alone. So
nice. I think that's another superpower you have, though, is self-awareness. Because I don't think a lot of people always can kind of self-check themselves and recognise different traits that they have. But when you're talking about how you are and how you feel and how you act. And I think, some people miss those points.
Well, having a daughter who's a clinical psychologist helps.
Okay. No, I want
constantly analysing me. No, she's not actually. She's not. She's very professional. But we have lots of discussions about, our careers kind of overlap, which is good. And then my other daughter is dyslexic. So I talked to her about more of that side of things. And she's got a very similar character to me as well. She's ADHD.
So is that Maisie?
Yeah, Maisie's ADHD and dyslexic.
Mensa member.
Yeah, Mensa member. She is, just
Absolutely flying in her career, isn't
literally
she?
flying business class to New York.
Yeah, she's doing so well. So
Living.
I wanted to ask you, have you been practicing with all the resources that you've built up over the years on her? Has that been a thing that you've done?
Well, do you know what? She is part of the reason I've done what I've done, because when she was in primary school and she was sent home the phonics only books, she pushed back. She was like, I'm not reading these books. They're boring. And I was like, too right, you're not reading them. I'm going to tell the school we're not reading them. They're awful. We're going to end up in a massive row if you have to read those. So the reading doctor way is the way I've taught her. Yeah, so she really was the original reading doctor pupil.
Did she ever push back on anything, like tell you that, oh, I don't like this?
There was not the way I did it, but I did send her, I won't say the name, but I did send her to an education
Right.
after school franchise, which is repetitive learning, like learning by rote. And she told me in so many words that she was not going to be doing that.
How old was she then?
Probably about 7. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I haven't made a decision for her since she's 11.
I've met Maisie and she's headstrong, isn't she? For sure.
Oh, yeah. Which is
nice.
Which is great. So I kind of, as well, like with what I do, I think I've got a good sense of, not dealing with, but working alongside people with lots of like different characters, because I've got, a very mindful clinical psychologist daughter who's very neurotypical. Someone once described her as, "You're so neurotypical, it hurts, Millie." And she was like, "Oh, come on, must be something that's more interesting." But anyway, so I've got her, and then I've got Maisie, who's very much like me, and she has the same dyslexic ADHD profile as me as well, so I can spot things like the determination, the problem solving, the frustrations when there's a problem to be solved, and people are going around the house as trying to solve it, and you just think, just do that. Yeah. Just do that.
I know the feeling on that one, but you don't want to always come across as a know-it-all. And
so I know that about myself as well. I try to really hold back, which is why I've put myself on the board of directors of the Tutors Association as a volunteer, to try and learn.
Problem.
Still trying. But just to put myself in that situation where I can just see how different brains work, because mine definitely thinks differently to a lot of people. And I can see how it would be slightly annoying sometimes. But what's really good as a franchisor is, you have the ultimate decision on things, which is great. That's what I like. And that's what I can see my dad enjoyed about being his own boss. Just, if you see something needs to be done, you think, yeah, I'll just do that. I'll do it now.
Yeah. I guess the next challenge, though, is getting those thoughts and ideas out of your head and into somebody else's in a influential way, I guess, but without being overbearing and that, I think that's a soft skill that's underrated massively, is being able to communicate effectively with people. I know everyone talks about it on CVs and job specs and stuff like that, but no one actually sort of dives into that as to, are they actually a good communicator, and realise that that's almost better than some technical skills. Obviously, in certain roles, it's necessary to have the technical skills, but I think I'm going to go down the AI route with this, but only very briefly. So I think it's going to become more and more prominent that communication and the ability to communicate effectively with human beings is going to be way more important, because
totally
AI can do everything else.
It's almost like, I think all those words you've just said, I said a few days ago when I was having a chat to my husband about it, because I think the neurodivergent people in this world are going to take over because all the other stuff, all like the academic regurgitating facts and things like that can all be done, by AI. But actually, the people skills, the problem solving, the resilience, all of that is going to be really needed.
Taking over the world.
Yes,
excellent. Come
that's
on,
my prediction.
Let's do it.
Well, actually, I say that they already have. All the inventors, that, you know, we know.
Entrepreneurs.
Yeah, you know, Steve Jobs, Jamie Oliver, Einstein, Alexandra Bell, Henry Ford. You know that
Yeah.
Made by Dyslexia is a fantastic charity that are doing this push at the moment about the dyslexic inventors. And like Henry Ford, I think there's a picture of two horses and then the car. You know, people might have said at the time, if you want to get somewhere quicker, just get a horse that runs faster. Whereas he just actually thought, no, I'm going to create something different. So yeah, I like to celebrate the dyslexic and ADHD strengths.
Nice. Excellent. Taking over.
Yeah.
Excellent. Right. It is time to bang the drum for franchising. So I've got some sticks here.
Oh gosh. Right. Okay.
You can bang the drum if you want to. You don't have to.
Okay. In
Are
any
you
way.
a musician in any way?
Well, I'm not, but I'm very aware that my dad will this be on YouTube?
Yeah. Why
My
not?
dad will be watching this.
Is this the pressure moment?
He's
Is it?
an
This is what the nerves are about.
Amazing musician who could play every instrument, and he's never taken a grade in his life. All by ear. I think he taught me this one once. Do I need to do a little rhythm?
Yeah, please. Yeah.
think-
Now you've said it. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not anything.
I'm expecting big
No,
things.
no, I'm really thinking. Oh no, I think this. I don't know what this is, but that's it. Don't know what that is, but I just remember him teaching me that.
That's 4/4 beat. That is.
Oh, there you go.
I think. I don't know. I'm trying to sound like I know what I'm on about. I don't really. I'm like your dad never done any learning. I've just done it all self-taught with the guitar. But
Oh, really?
yeah, not that I'm that good.
Are you completely self-taught?
Well, I had a tutor for about a year.
That's
But
impressive. Are you going to play at all?
No, I'm not going to play.
Oh, okay.
No, because we've
Just
already
a
seen
shame.
they might fall over at any
Yeah, that's
moment. It's
true.
too risky. Right?
Right.
So we're banging the drum for franchising. So my first question is, what would you like to turn up about franchising?
I would like specific industries to bang the drum more. So I'm thinking like in the world of tuition, then, you know, the people who are sort of like key people of influence in the world of tuition need to be banging that drum more. Or, you know, if it was, I don't know, thinking of another industry, music, like then, you know, somebody in the music industry need to say, look, this is a great business model. This, you know, franchising is a great thing. So I think it's different industries celebrating. So it's not just franchising separate from business even. It's just integrated.
I think it's a genius idea because
Integrated.
I don't know. I mean, you sort of have done quite a bit with the BFA. Do you know if they go to the associations of other specific industries like the Tutors Association or from the care sector?
Or like the care. So in yours, what would yours be in the care sector?
So ours would be, well, we've got the different countries, so they'd each have a regulator for each country, but like the UKHCA would be ours.
So going there and banging the drum.
It's in marketing and business development, it's the thing that you do. You go to other people that have already got groups of influence and somehow tap into to that. Going to a franchise show, for example, that's just tapping into somebody else's audience and trying to leverage that. Coming into other people's podcasts is the same thing.
Yeah.
I've got an audience that might be useful to you in some way or vice versa, you know?
Yeah.
So that could be a good way to spread, is rather than going and trying to influence individual people and trying to educate them on franchising, get the groups that have already got groups of, you know, potentials and influencing them. Well, not influencing, but educating is what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like
So we solved it.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
No?
But the like in the tuition sector, that, you know, there's a category in their awards for tuition franchise. So that could even be a way in, is to go look at the awards that are given out in different sectors and have a franchising sector stream. Yeah.
Yeah, one award that's franchising that then the BFA or the franchising sector then spreads and it
Yeah.
helps there.
Yeah. Yeah, so that would be it, because I still feel like, I think I said the other day, I think franchising is still a bit of a dirty word, and someone said, "Oh, really?" And I was thinking, yeah, I think it is still a little bit. Oh, it's a franchise, is it? You know, there's a little bit of that, rather than, oh, it's a franchise. Oh, great.
Yeah.
Oh, that means there's, you know, like, this is solid. This is a solid brand. It's had a lot of investment in it. It's been proven so many times.
It definitely is. But you speak to people in America, it's the other way around.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool! It's a franchise. Great. That means you
Yeah.
get to have a head start. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. Okay, so that's that problem solved. What do we want to turn the volume down on then?
Oh, I think it's going to be similar to what Anne-Marie said, actually, which is just negating that sort of feeling that there's a big cat at the top, the franchisor who's just getting all this money, because that really isn't the case. I think it's raising the profile of franchisors in terms of what they actually do, like almost that day in the life of a franchisor. I mean, sometimes I think I get to the end of the day and it's like 11 o'clock and I think, I wish I'd documented what I've done today, because I've done about 25 things.
Yeah.
They're all different things that all enable the franchise to, you know, be validated, to grow. So I think it's that awareness of what goes into running a franchise from the franchisor's perspective.
Do you mean with franchisees or with general public?
Just the general public, I think. Yeah. But no, I think, like, I don't know, I can't speak for everybody, but I think my franchisees know what I do.
Yeah.
I think they are aware that I am, you know, everywhere I turn, I'm like looking at opportunities to promote the Reading Doctor. I think back to the early days when I went to my very first franchise show. I was just walking around with my branded bag, like literally walking up to every stand like this, because there's no way I would have been able to afford a stand. But on the back of that, I got into I think it was the What Franchise magazine.
Yeah.
Not into it, actually. I got on the front cover of it, much to my horror when the copies came through. So yeah, I think it is that, just making people aware that franchising isn't, well, I'm to speak for myself, isn't about someone just collecting all the monthly fees in and just thinking, oh, this is great.
Yeah, there. I guess the franchise brands themselves showcase that in their franchisee recruitment within the brochure, because you detail out what you get to some degree. I think one that people often miss out, though, is that we are continuously developing the brand and looking for opportunities, like you say, to develop and improve. I think that gets missed off of the list of benefits.
Yeah.
Because like when you're a business owner yourself, if you sit still, you're going nowhere, right? You've always got to develop and look at the new software that's coming up and how can that benefit the brand, or what new markets can we go into, what new products or services can we offer, those kinds of things, what the franchisor does, that I think not enough franchisors in my mind sort of promote that as a benefit.
Yeah. It
gets forgotten a little bit. But beyond that franchise recruitment piece, there's not that much out there that I can think of that educates people on what a franchisor does.
No.
On a day-to-day basis.
No.
So I was going to ask you to say your day, but it's going to be different every day.
Yeah.
And so instead I'm going to ask you, what's the most prominent task that you have on a day-to-day basis?
Checking our app. Just going to get that in. We have our app. We have an app now. Only 3 weeks ago, about 3 weeks ago, we got an app where all of my franchisees communicate.
Yeah.
So that is, I'm always on there checking that. Just emails, looking on Trust Index at the 5-star reviews that are being added to our collection. Resources. I spend a lot of time tweaking resources, ordering resources, like yesterday, I dropped off, I don't know, 50 hoodies and 100 book bags at my local embroidery place because they do all of our embroidery. And that's what I love. Like, I've got this little head office now, so I spend a lot of time in there. So I was in there most of the day. And there's constantly people coming in and out, and potential pupils will walk by with their parents, and I'd have a chat with them. Just there's not one particular thing that takes a bulk of my time.
You talked there a lot about the embroidery and stuff like that, and you are merch central whenever I meet you, and I love it. And where's my mug that you've given me this time? It's brilliant. I've still got the coffee cup that's been travelling around with me everywhere I go on holiday. And
I popped into my shop before I came here. I was thinking, what hasn't Ed got? I think he's got most things, and I've got my hoodie. I've got the
franchise one.
Yeah, hoodie. Yeah, which I love. Yeah,
but it's interesting. I used to sort of cringe and be a bit bashful about branding and stuff like that, and I think it was a combination of you and Ryan Armitage from Teslom, who were just like, why wouldn't you just take every opportunity to let people know?
Yeah, because I don't think it's flogging or selling. I just think, if it's imprinted in your mind more, you might come across a child who's struggling with learning to read, and it will, it'll be imprinted in your mind. You'll be like, oh, okay, I'll go to point them in the direction of the reading doctor. Or you might know a teacher who's really frustrated and wants to get out. So I just see it as helping to solve people's problems.
Yeah.
We're solving two problems. We're solving disgruntled teachers who want out of the system, making their lives better, which then impacts on their family. And we are enabling young people to learn to read who haven't learned to read in our system, which improves their life chances. So there's nothing.
All goes towards your why, doesn't it?
Yeah, there's nothing awful about that.
Have you had anybody approach you from out of nowhere to ask for any of your merch?
Yes, only yesterday.
Really?
Only yesterday I had a tutor email me saying, I think I know the answer to this. Well, resources. I think I know the answer to this, but could I buy some of your resources? That's not the first time, loads of times, like hundreds of times. And I say it's for the exclusive use of my franchisees. That's part of what they're buying into. I haven't ruled out having one resource. Perhaps we've got a book called Tricky Word Tricks, which is mnemonics, memory tricks for learning words like because, big elephants can add up sums easily, necessary, one collar, two sleeves, one C, two S's, all those kind of things. So I haven't ruled out maybe just selling that one thing, because whenever we've had that on show at any of the exhibitions, I've always had adults that have said, oh, it'd be so good if I could buy this, because I still struggle with those words.
Yeah. I guess the risk, though, like you say, is then other tutors might buy it and use it
badly.
Yeah, in the wrong way.
Yeah, and use it out of context, because it's having, we have, each reading doctor literally gets hundreds of different resources. This is all just like the things you've seen is like the merch, not the resources, but the educational resources that we've got. And it's how they all fit together that's the magic.
Yeah.
And so a reading doctor has 20 training modules with us that cover business and the actual teaching and neurodiversity and all different things. And then they get all the resources, but it's not till they actually do the teaching that they really come back to me and thank me and say, oh, I can see why you've made that like that now. I can see why that bit is brought in during that part of the session. So that creates the magic. So something just taken out of context and used badly could be really damaging. Imagine if there was a video of a child using one of our resources looking really angry and frustrated because they couldn't do it or read a word because it hasn't been used correctly. So I am super, super protective of our intellectual property, because I need to be, because that is one of my major responsibilities as a franchisor.
Yeah.
Because that is exactly what people are paying
It's
me
not just your business, it impacts it
Yeah.
all your franchisees.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And I've even had to explain that sometimes to franchisees who've said, oh, I've got a parent who wouldn't mind buying one of our alphabet arcs. And then I've had to explain. When I explain to them, they're like, oh, yeah, you're so right. Yeah.
Nice.
So it's not me just, not, I'd be richer.
Yeah.
Maybe,
Yeah.
but maybe not in the long run, So it's always about the impact. So that's why that decision's been
Nice.
made.
So I normally talk to guests about music at some point throughout the whole thing, and I've completely forgotten to do that this time. But we have got one question at the end, which hopefully catches that. So I wanted to know, and hopefully you've thought about this and had a chance to prepare. What one song would describe you best?
Well, I didn't think that was going to be the question.
Did I ask the wrong question?
No. I just thought I thought it was going to be what's your favourite song? But actually, one of my songs, which I feel like is a bit of my anthem, is The Whole of the Moon by the Waterboys.
I've got no idea how that goes.
Oh, really?
The Whole of the Moon sounds familiar, but I'm not sure if I know that one.
It's got...
Are you going to sing it?
Do you know it? Maybe.
I recognise the name.
I mean, you're both too young. Oh yeah, can we do that?
Right.
Yeah, go on then. Yeah, why not? And you can tell us in the meantime.
So it reminds me of the 80s. So it reminds me of when I was 17 and, there was hope and I had vision and I had my whole adult life ahead of me. And it was played in a place called Rock City in Nottingham, which is really,
nice.
It's still a really cool venue. And I just remember that euphoria when I heard it. Have you got it?
Yeah.
If you hold up to one of these mics, maybe, I don't know.
Are we allowed to play it?
Yeah, for 5 seconds.
Yeah, 5 seconds.
Oh yeah, okay, now I know. Yeah.
Oh, you know it just from that?
Yeah.
So it's got, I pictured a rainbow, I held it in my hands. You saw the crescent, I saw the whole of the moon. So that's just some of the lyrics. And I've always just really liked it. I played it at my Reading Doctor Festival actually last year. And then when I was listening to Anne-Marie's podcast, I was thinking, I wonder if this has any relevance at all to me as Deborah, the franchisor. And then I started getting a bit deep with it. And I was like, oh yeah. So, we've got the rainbow is a symbol of hope and vision.
Yeah.
And I've always been a very optimistic person and I've always had clear visions about what I want to do. And also I read The Rainbow by D.H. Lawrence, which is from my hometown, Nottingham. And I really enjoyed that. And that was all about people working together. I told you it was getting a bit
that's
deep.
cool. It's great.
And then I thought, well, the crescent and the whole of the moon. So there's with the teaching of reading, a child might just have the crescent, but then we give them the whole of the moon. And then in terms of franchising, you get the crescent is one of the franchisees, but then together we make the whole mission happen. We are the whole of the moon.
You've just written your presentation for your conference for next year. That's what you need to do, and then play it at the end, and everyone will be in tears, and you'll be like, oh, that's so
we can
true.
all hug each other.
Yeah.
We hug each other anyway.
But no, honestly, that sounds like the breakdown of a presentation where you kind of explain how it all comes together and create something beautiful that everybody loves, because everyone knows that song and loves
except for you.
But I just don't know the name. No,
yeah,
I didn't know the name of it. It's just one of those songs that you hear all the time, and
yeah. Are you going to listen to it now?
Yeah, well, yeah. Well, it's going to go on the franchise jukebox. So
okay, great.
So that's what I'm doing. Everybody I'm speaking to, I'm collecting their songs
Yeah.
and compiling them into the franchised jukebox, which
Yeah.
is on our website, and it's a Spotify list where
Okay.
we have all the tracks that you can listen to on there. So
Oh, brilliant. Okay.
yeah, but
I'm glad it made the list.
well, you're here, so it has to now, whether I like it or not. But no, brilliant. Well, Deborah Salsbury, thank you so much for spending some time chatting with me today. It's been an absolute pleasure, and yeah, I'm thinking like, how can I find an excuse to come up to the Airbnb and just go paddleboarding and
You don't need an
spend
excuse.
the night? Like,
It's like half an hour away, so yeah.
yeah, but that makes it too easy not to, if you know what I mean. It's
Yeah.
too close, isn't it? Like, I could drive home, but a night out.
Oh no, you need to come. You need to come and see me.
With
Yeah.
it. Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay,
Nice one. Thanks so
Ed.
much, Deborah.
See you.
Bye.
Oh, are you still filming?
It is,
Wait,
but
you
don't
can
worry. I'll
That was
I'll
amazing.
cover this bit.
things. Oh,
That was really good.
oh
I
God.
shouldn't have been worried at all.
Oh, thank you.
This podcast was brought to you by The Franchised, helping franchisors to fine-tune their franchise recruitment to amplify their growth. Whether your franchise recruitment process isn't working or you need a marketing strategy to help you develop a way to find those franchisees that are right for your franchise, or you just need some content created like this podcast or video testimonials, whatever it may be, to develop a connection and build trust with your prospects, The Franchise can help you to do exactly that. Head on over to thefranchise.com to learn more.